I left it because, as a child, I had a very strong experience. When I was 8 years old, my parents took me to a synagogue across town to my elder cousin's bar mitzvah. When I walked into the synagogue, it had a damp, musty smell, and it seemed that the air had a pall of death about it. And I was looking around, and there was Jewish stars everywhere in the mosaics in the synagogue. And after 10 minutes, I got real sick. I got nauseous, and I wanted to vomit. I wanted to throw up, but my parents held me in my seat. They didn't want me to move. I learned later in life that the Jewish star, they call it the Star of David, is not his shield when he went out to war. No warrior would use that open type of configuration as a shield. But it was an occult symbol that was popularized by the occult Kabbalists of the 13th century in Europe. It's an occult symbol that they borrowed from the occult religions.
Okay.
And this is why, as a child, I got so sick and wanted to vomit. And ever since that time, I got real nervous around the Jewish star, and I didn't know why. Now, later on in life, I learned why. But at that time, that experience in that synagogue, I said to myself as a child, Judaism is a religion of death.
Okay.
And it is, because it has repudiated the only one that can bring life to us, and that's Jesus Christ. Because Jesus Christ conquered death on the cross. And this was the function of the Messiah, as the prophets predicted, beginning in the book of Genesis, that the Messiah would come, who would be the seed of the woman, who would crush the head of the seed of the serpent. Now, what was it that the serpent brought into mankind, to Adam and Eve? He brought in death. This is the worst thing that happened to us human beings. We love life. We love our friends. We love living. We love eating. We love reading. We like going to parties. We love going out in creation. We love to ski. Whatever we love to do, okay? We're life-affirming beings. And this is what Jesus Christ did for us, saying, okay, everybody, I'm going to conquer death for you. So when you die, don't worry about it. We're going to call it falling asleep, and you're going to go to heaven. This was what the rule of the Messiah was. Now, what has Judaism done? They have said, he's not the Messiah. They repudiated the only hope there is for mankind. That's why Judaism is a religion of death. And I understood this in my own little childhood way when I was 8 years old. And from that time on, I said to myself, I've got to find another religion. And finally, when I left my home and family, when I was 18 years old and went to college out in California, I did find that religion, and that was Christianity, by reading the New Testament. I studied Buddhism in our bar mitzvah class. I studied Islam, Jainism, Hinduism. I studied all the major religions. I studied all the esoteric religions. And Christianity is the only religion where God comes down to earth, puts his arm around you, and says, I love you in a personal way, and I'm going to help you. And I forgive you. It's the only religion that offers forgiveness of sins and an escape from the most horrible dilemma human beings are under, and that's death.
Mm-hmm.
So I became a Christian when I was 21 years old. I got involved with the Jews for Jesus movement. And then when I was 37 in 1987, I left the Jews for Jesus movement. I was not real keen on Zionism that the Jews for Jesus promotes. I was not real keen on... I basically saw us as Baptists wearing yarmulkes. I wanted something deeper. I wanted something more spiritual. I wanted something more mystical. And that's why I became an Orthodox Christian.
So is it Russian or Greek Orthodox?
I am Greek Orthodox, and I am with the Jerusalem Patriarchate. And I chose the Jerusalem Patriarchate because, as a former Jew, I feel I can say to my Arab brothers, and I have a lot of Palestinian Christian friends, hey, look, everybody, I'm a former Jew, and these people are Palestinians. We're Christians now. This is the way for peace. See us with our arms around each other? See how we love each other? The only way for peace between Jew and Arab is for both of us to become Christians.
But, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. What is the solution, in your opinion?
Why not? Why could it happen? It could happen anytime.
It could happen, brother, but the thing is, point I'd make is, with these hardcore Zionist scumbags in Israel, I don't see that happening anytime soon, with the financing of the Rothschilds and the American puppet government and their puppet army.
But God is God of miracles. It can't happen. Yeah, we can't close the door on throughout the Bible. God says to people that are doubting His promises, and He says to them, "Is anything too hard for the Lord?" I mean, He created out of nothing this beautiful creation. He created the human body, the most amazing phenomena that exists. If God can do all this, then He can convert Jews, He can convert Arabs, and He can make nations and people Christians. Yes, He can. I believe that all with all my heart and soul.
Okay.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be out on the street if I didn't have that optimism.
You don't fancy